Hello, welcome back to the channel. And today we're talking about the beautiful winged wheel. Sorry, my mic is in the way. There we go. Everything's backwards, So the beautiful winged wheel of the Detroit Red Wings. And we've had some unfortunate news over the last, week now? We had the news that the Detroit Red Wings, one of the most historic franchises in hockey, were going to get a patch added to their jersey. Now, it's one of the best sweaters, using the hockey term, in sports, let alone just logos. And the fact that they've added this patch is just crazy. As I'll quickly opt over to the video here. Here is the patch. You can see there on the left there. It's the priority patch. That is, just interesting. It is, I believe, a garbage company or a waste management services company. So, immediately thought of The Sopranos and how funny it is. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, are we like the new Dansbury Trashers? The only thing trash has been the results ever since that happened. The Wings have played 5 games with the jersey patches on, and it's been quite a thing that's happened. So the Wings were firmly in the first wild card position. They are now out of the wild card position as of now. I'm recording this on Sunday night. So, the Islanders just beat the Ducks, 6-1, which is an absolute bloodbath. So now when you look at the NHL standings, you can see, if you pull them up real quick, that the Red Wings in the wild card standings, I'm looking at my other monitor here, sorry, they have 72 points, and so do the Islanders, but one less game, and the Lightning have 74 points in one more game. So as of right now, they're out of the playoffs at the end of today. The Capitals are just behind them, 2 games behind with 3 points behind. So again, they could win both games, and then the Wings find themselves 2 spots out of first. So they initially, it seemed like they were going to be in. Everyone was getting the fever. Everyone was hyped up about the Wings. They went on a 5-game win streak, absolutely tearing it up. When you look at that win streak, actually, it was what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-game win streak. They beat the Flames on the road, Kraken on the road, a huge game against the Avalanche in overtime with a Kane goal from Larkin. And then you had the Blues 6-1, including 4 goals in the first period, 3 of them in the first 5 minutes. They called it timeout super early. It was crazy. The Blackhawks then with the not infamous for Chicago, but one of the better moments in Detroit sports history recently, Patrick Kane's overtime winner in his return to Chicago, and then they beat the hell out of the Caps 8-3. Then they put the jersey patches on, and everything went to hell. 5-3 lost the Islanders. 4-0 absolute beatdown against the Panthers. Larkin also got hurt, so he's out for 3 weeks as of then. The Avalanche absolute beatdown 7-2. It was 2-2, and then they scored 5 unanswered. The Coyotes 4-0 loss. Brutal scene. And then the Vegas Golden Knights last night 3-3, and then at the end and finishing 5-3. So if you're keeping score there, that is 25-8. The Wings are down in 5 games. Averaging, giving up 5 goals a game and scoring only 1 or 1.3. I think it would be, what is that? Yeah, 8 divided by 5, something like that. So brutal signs for the Wings here. What's the only thing we could do? Just rip the patches off. Is it the patches, or is it, the lack of actual depth and stuff? Well, hey, we're not going to get into that, but it's just a signal of almost a change. The Wings finally got it, and it's like they're finally clicking. They're doing their thing. They're in the playoffs a year ahead of schedule. To pretty much everyone talking about it. It's wasn't really expected the Wings were going to make the playoffs. I mean, even the biggest lovers of the Wings were kind of realizing it was an upward battle. But you find yourself at the trade deadline, and it's pretty much it could definitely happen. You then make one move. You send Costin to the Sharks for a 7th round pick, basically just free up a roster spot for Berggren to come up, and just something needs to change. I mean, the thing that the hockey teams do to change would be fire the coach, but there's absolutely no way you would fire Lalonde. Lalonde's fine. Don't even, come on. Why do I even say that? But I'm just saying in general for hockey teams, it seems like they're things to pull the trigger. Because I'm not a huge hockey guy, but I at least follow it loosely enough to know what the hell is going on. But yeah, this is tough. There's also ulterior motives that happened. Some of my good friends went to a few of the last few games, and they are maybe the most cursed guys of all time. They went to the West Coast trip. They lost 3 in a row. But I will be in attendance for the Sabres game on Tuesday, potentially looking at getting an octopus under the ice. It's harder to find octopi in non-Detroit towns as you think it is. So If I can end up finding one and get time to boil it beforehand, sure, might see me there getting thrown out of there and probably getting dragged out of the stadium, but who knows? But road pusses were up big in those games, so that kind of was like, hey, like even in Chicago, you're throwing octopi on the ice. Can you imagine that back in the day when Chicago was good as with the Wings? No shot. So at least there was some juju on the city, and then it kind of the vacuum got sucked out of it. It's like the air just got sucked out of everything. It's like wow, what happened? The patches happened. Um, you could kind of obviously there is like legit again X's and O's. You could like talk about what the hell's been going on, and you played a few really solid teams in the beginning, and then obviously the Coyotes just sandwiched in between in the road stretch. Just kind of how it works. You get playing a playoff team in two like cup favorites, and then Vegas is like the third or fourth easiest game on the stretch shooters we're talking about. Like yeah, obviously something was going to happen. I mean, they beat the Kraken, Flames, and Avs like those, and split with the Canucks and almost beat the Oilers. Like it was eventually going to pop soon, the bubble, but it almost signals to like just what's happened. Would Mr. I ever sell out like this? I doubt it. Obviously everything's coming and it's just what it is. But if you're Chris Ilitch and you agree to destroy one of the best uniforms in the history of sports, and the trade deadline's right around the corner, I would have loved you to go out and make a big splash, get Hannafin or one of these other guys, and sign him to an extension and be like, wow, we just got some patch money and we're immediately putting it to work. Same with the Tigers. Like, what, your big signing of the summer is just re-signing some guys? Like, there's no, like, major additions. Like, you think of when Mr. I was running things, we would have had Otani and Soto and the other Japanese dude that I don't even know who it is that everyone was freaking out about. That's on the Dodgers. All of them would be in Detroit, or at least two of them. Soto 100% would have been in Detroit if Mr. I was still around. So now you're selling out, ruining a great jersey, and you're not even doing anything with that money. It's just a tough look. I don't know. This is a bit of a deep cut for all the Detroit fans out there, but hey, maybe we'll finish District Detroit finally with the extra couple million we got from the jersey sponsor. Hey, maybe it's the waste management thing. But knowing us, they'd put a big dump literally next to it. I mean, that might be an improvement on the just the scaffolding and whatever it is. I don't even know what you would want to call it. Just like the scattered, not scattered, the tattered like outside bones of whatever the hell is supposed to be right next to it. So, the Wings are ahead of schedule. Will they make the playoffs? I would really hope so. The just the shot in the arm and the adrenaline from being a person that's grown up right next to Detroit, and technically was born in Detroit. The just the passion and the shot in the arm, the Michigan football team, but more specifically the Lions, gave that city is unbelievable. I currently am in Buffalo at the moment, but I go between frequently. And being back home for that playoff game, I went with my good friend David to the Bucks game. Just the city, you could feel the difference. And it's like this city has been crying out for something for so long. Like I'm finally able to make my own money, good money, obviously out of college. And I was like, I'm ready to just drop whatever the price is. I don't care. I'll figure it out. We're going to these games. And I'm ready to do that for the Wings. Like I have to be in the building for the first Wings playoff game because I used to go to all the old ones back at the Joe in the Olympia Club and all the stuff. And it's just like we've waited so long. And obviously there's the juju of this, the patches is just kind of like almost like a scapegoat for what's been happening with the team. But it just kind of signals that maybe things have changed, but not for the better. You look at the way the Ford family totally bought into the Lions, and it shows just how different the ownership was and how it's totally changed the organization. The Pistons, obviously, Goris got involved with the coaching search, which again I don't want to get into in this video, and it's way more of a complex issue than it appears. But it's just like, look, it, show that you care, and this move is going to obviously be a crazy polarizing move. Like even on the Twitter, the video that we were just looking at, obviously we didn't play the video, but if you look in the comments of that post, it's brutal. Everything that everyone posts is like, get rid of it. Like I even had one of the top comments underneath when they recalled Berger, and I go, great, now recall the patches. Everyone's retweeting it. It's just free engagement for people to talk about it. But it's such a tough look. Like imagine if like the Celtics just totally wore different jerseys. Obviously they have a jersey patch on it now too, but like the whole league did at the same time. Like that the helmets, the stickers kind of work. And the funniest thing about this patch is it's just a white patch. It's not even that big. Like it is what it is, but it's just the premise of it, right? So that's pretty much all I have for this video. I'll try to get a more in-depth video coming up soon. In terms of that, we're gonna get the baseball prediction will be coming up again soon. I did do one of the videos on Friday was the first tier list. Didn't do as well as I hoped, but obviously they could probably do more by draft time. I might just focus on specific prospects, get a little bit more into breakdown, maybe some more Michigan stuff. Obviously with the running back hire expected to be happening this week. But March Madness coming up, conference tournaments. We have some people punch their bids today. Longwood, Stetson, Morehead State, and there's one more I'm missing. Drake. So there you go. But yeah, that's all we have for now. Let me know what you think down below in the comments if you think the patches are to blame or not. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.